want to love you. You need some loving, and I'll take it there. The young thing, and now.
Hey, y'all, and thank you so much for tuning in to Respectfully with Miss Pretty Young Thing. I'm your girl, PYT, and let's get into it. Y'all, time to beat my face. We getting ready for PYT's ABCs, and of course, we gotta discuss the latest episode of Baddies. Y'all, episode 19 just dropped this past Sunday, okay? So let's go ahead and discuss. Before we do, y'all, I just wanted to make a quick announcement. If you were in my live on Sunday, you already know this, but tomorrow I will be flying out to Cali to be a part of the live studio audience of Baddies reunion, okay? We're gonna be outside. I'm super excited. Vlog coming soon. We're gonna get, a big look at everything that is going to happen per the reunion as it's happening live and in color. I'm super excited and I can't wait to go ahead and give y'all what I can give y'all. So we're gonna see how it goes. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and talk about the latest episode 19 that just passed this past Sunday. I'm gonna be beating my face, okay? And like always, let me know in the comments how you felt about the episode. So, of course, the episode started off with the ladies catching flights and not feelings. This is the episode where they leave and transition from St. Louis over to Hawaii. Now, remember, we're looking forward to Hawaii because hopefully within the next 2 episodes that are to come, we're going to see Mel. Remember, we're waiting for Mel to come. Mel is, one of the girls from Now That's TV or whatever the case may be. So we gonna see. But before they head over there, of course, we got to finish up with what's going on with the debacle that Tommy set up, okay? The scheme that Tommy set up. So remember, Tommy brought the blicky, okay? Everybody's in shambles. Pew, pew. Everybody gonna die, okay? And Tinkerbella and Rolly ended up getting the bad end of the stick when it comes to the situation. So by this point in time, Rolly comes back, okay? She is furious. She is frustrated. She throwing stuff. She tossing security guards to the side. She is pissed because at the end of the day, she thought she was going to lose her life. She was not playing, okay? Did y'all see Tasiki in the corner being real Karen-like and calling the cops? I don't know if y'all seen that. I didn't see it the first time around, but this episode, you really saw her like way in the corner. Like Tasiki dipped, okay? She took no one with her. Okay, and she was just out of the scene, okay? Out of it. And then from there, it was just one of those things where, the ladies were just like, kind of, sort of, just whatever. Natalie being fake gangster, you already know. Now Natalie feel like 50, Nene says she feel like 50 Cent, but Natalie felt like, I don't know who Natalie thought she was. She thought she was Scarface in survival mode, okay? She really thought that she was in that war room. I think it was in his office that Scarface ended up getting pow. Natalie, that's who she thought she was. She was just like, look, y'all already know how Tommy is. Listen, it's time to go. It's time to get ready for the club. Okay? Now, of course, Natalie is doing what she always does. And, she wants to do her big one and make sure that they get their money or whatever the case may be. But it would not be Natalie if she did not tell Biggie that it's her fault. Biggie, I appreciate you because this time around Biggie said, look, you invited her. You already knew that Tommy was a firecracker. That's not on me. And it's true. Natalie, Tommy said on the phone when y'all was in the Sprinter on the way to from the radio station when we first knew that this was going to be Tommy's time to shine. Tommy said, I'll see y'all at the club. Natalie said, no, meet us at the house. So whose fault is it? Natalie's. Rolly, Natalie got you shot at, okay? Tinka, point the finger at the CEO, okay? And that's just what it is, okay? I'm playing, but I'm not playing. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. All right? So, of course, it's time for them to go to the club. In the club, we all fam. They end up heading to the club. Now, one thing about Natalie, whenever they go to a club booking, Natalie is going to spill like a teeny tiny bit of tea about what's been happening in the house on the mic as she is emceeing. I don't know if y'all peeped that. Like, you know, there was one episode where she was just like, sorry y'all, we late. The girls was in the house fighting today. And they weren't really fighting. It was just like, you know, whatever, or whatever the case may be. But of course, you're going to expect the crowd to kind of sort of be into that because they kind of sort of getting a little sneak peek into Baddies, because we're watching it now, but this episode took place in like November. Like end of October, early November type thing. So it's one of those things where, child, I don't know. But lo and behold, the girls are actually coming into the club separately. Why are they coming in separately? Girls are taking their time to go, and some girls are not showing up at all. They are traumatized. They was shot at. Okay? Tommy was risking it all. Okay? And they thought that they were goners. They know they ain't got 9 lives. They just, you know, got a little PTSD. They don't know if they're going to be outside tonight. But who's front and center? Jayla and Natalie. Just shaking butt and making baby daddies mad, okay? So Natalie, of course, is on the mic, turning up with the folk or whatever the case may be. And what she's saying on the mic is what made Rolly upset, because it ended up on the vlogs, of course. Ended up on Instagram, on stories or whatnot. Natalie over here calling people scary, asking where the rest of the girls at. Biggie ends up coming or whatever, and some of the other girls start showing up little by little or whatever the case may be. And it's one of those things where it's just like, whoa. First of all, Natalie, let's not act like you and Jayla didn't end up backflipping all the way to hell back to a point in time where Scotty thought that y'all got pow pow. That's how hard Scotty flew back. So it's one of those things where you can't sit here and say that nobody's a thug for not taking, you know, a fake bullet or whatever the case may be. But nonetheless, you already know how Natalie is. She's going to hype up the crowd. She's going to do what she can, no matter whose expense that it is in. And in this case, of course, it is Rolly. So some of the other girls end up coming to the club too. Nunu ends up going. Who else goes? Bad Dolly still ends up going to the club. Where's my... Oh, here it is. Who else? Summer still went. Pretty P still ready. You know, Pretty P is 50 Cent niece. Pretty P been shot at in 5 different occasions, or 5 times. I don't remember what her story was. Listen, Pretty P been shot 10 times. Okay, more than 50 Cent. So of course she's still going to the club. She's unfazed. Oh, it's a fake PMPM. Life goes on. Let's go make this money. Let me know in the comments if y'all feel some type of way, just like Rolly did, as far as them still going to the club or whatever the case may be. Because to me, it's one of those things where I understand where Natalie's coming from. Some of these people are paying top dollar club entry fees, bottle fees, VIP, stood in line all night just for them to get a glimpse of the baddies. So it's one of those things where, like, nothing is going to come in between her and her bag. For one, y'all are all alive. For 2, it wasn't real. It was pellets. For 3, it is what it is. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'm going to tell y'all how, I'm rarely Team Natalie. But in this case, I'm low-key Team Natalie. I'm Team Natalie. I'm sorry. And I'll tell y'all why in a second. So essentially, the night goes on. You already know the vibes. They over here twerking and doing their thing. So after that, is when I want to say they end up traveling biggity back to the next city or whatever the case may be. Now, of course, the next city is in Hawaii somewhere, child. I don't know. But it is what it is. But before they even end up heading there, we get into a scene with Natalie, Jayla, and Scotty. So the original OGs, minus Rolly, are vibing and kicking it or whatever the case may be. And essentially, Scotty lets the ladies know that Rolly feels some type of way towards them. She feels some type of way about them going straight to the club. She feels some type of way about Natalie not checking up on them or whatever the case may be. Now, according to Natalie, Natalie got receipts that she texted Rolly at whatever time of night it was, or whatever the case may be. Now, I can understand Rolly feeling like she didn't want a text message. She wanted, she wanted a little more TLC. She wanted to feel like her friend was by her side. But I'm not by your side in this one. This is your boss. She sent you a text message. You chose not to reply. Respectfully, I'm going to clock back in. Okay? How many of your bosses, when there's an incident at work, take off work for you? How many of your bosses, like, they'll check on you, and if you don't respond, they understand because you're going through things, or whatever the case may be. Think about how many times you've been through bereavement or got in a car accident. They'll literally tell you, I hope everything's okay. Keep us posted. When you clock back in, we'll talk, okay? And that's just what Natalie was doing. So I don't understand why Rolly thought that Ish was going to change the second that she got pow-powed with a BB that wasn't even real. So at the end of the day, Natalie's sarcasm, she definitely wouldn't say in Rolly's face and didn't say in Rolly's face. So that part, I was just like, Natalie, don't punk out now. Because respectfully, Rolly's going to see this, and Rolly probably going to pop off this Thursday when they film the reunion. So essentially, Natalie is over here talking about something. If she feels some type of way, she felt like some type of way. If I was laughing, it's probably because something was funny. So basically, Rolly is mad. I need to stop doing that. Rolly is mad because Natalie laughed. Natalie and Jayla laughed. Rolly is mad because Natalie allegedly did not check up on her. But it's not that she didn't check up on her. She didn't check up on her the way Rolly wanted to be checked up on in that circumstance, or whatever the case may be. Now, like I said, I'm Team Natalie when it comes to this. I'm so sorry. Because it's one of those things where it's just like, she did what she needed to do as the CEO. Now, we do learn in this scene that this is Akbar's farewell to Baddies. Of course, she has her own PTSD. She has her own things because she has an actual bullet lodged into the back of her skull, or whatever the case may be. So this is not her type of party. She already had her. I'm glad that Akbar had a kumbaya moment with Tommy, because imagine if the bunny came out for Akbar after she's already been in a circumstance similar to that, except it was a real circumstance similar to that. Imagine. Child, that beef would have been forever. Okay? So I definitely understand where Akbar is coming from. If it was her, it would have been like a whole ordeal in itself because of, she might have tried to sue her. She might have sent the goons after her. I don't know. But either or, Natalie don't feel no type of way. Jayla don't feel no type of way. They both are basically on a basis of, if they want to feel some type of way, then they gonna feel some type of way, because Natalie said, I checked up on the lady. She did not text me back. I sent her a text message. Scotty said, I sent her a text message too. Y'all, did Jayla send her a text message? I don't recall Jayla saying, yeah, I texted her too. If there's anybody that did not check up on Rolly, it definitely was Jayla. It definitely was Jayla. But after that, of course, it's time for the ladies to hit the Baddy jet and head over to Honolulu. So they are in the new city. It's time for them to go on vacation. So the first ladies that we end up meeting in Hawaii is Rolly and goddamn Tinkerbella. Child, the way that they was rolling Rayin in the airport, you would think that they really had a situation that ended up making them get hurt. It was just like, what the heck is happening? So they're having a sister girl moment. They're trauma bonding, or whatever you want to call it. And they're basically on the way to their hotel or whatever, talking about how they beefing with the ladies. Like Natalie was talking ish at the club or whatever, calling them scary. She didn't check up on them. Tinker felt some type of way. She said she got shot 5 times. How you got shot 5 times? Rolly got shot 1. That's 6 shots. And the gun only went off 4 times. The math ain't mathing, but whatever. But either or, Tinkerbella feels some type of way because she's just like, yo, Natalie, you the baddie CEO, do better, or whatever the case may be. y'all hold Natalie to such a great standard, and it's one of those things where, honestly, to me personally, I would have been looking at security sideways for taking so long to snatch it out of their hand. And then I would have been looking at the real CEO, boss man sideways, because it's just like, was this a setup or not? Because y'all don't know what in life that I have been through. You don't know how many real pow-pows have been, put to my head or whatever the case may be for y'all to be okay with this lady doing this, and y'all probably gonna bring her back for another season. Like, I feel like they're channeling their energy at the wrong person. Because it's one of those things where, as we know, as much as Natalie wants to hoot and holler that she is the CEO and she is the head of the HBIC or whatever the case may be, that's not always the case. Like, she didn't want Rolly to come back, and Rolly is back. She don't really care for Tommy, and Tommy is back always as a special guest. So it's one of those things where it's just like, can we be for real when it comes to, the chain of command and who really got the cojones in this situation? So I don't know. But either or, the ladies on the Sprinter, the newbies and are on the way to where they're supposed to go for Hawaii or whatever, the new Airbnb. And they are basically filling Ivory in or whatever, because of course Ivory has not been there for everything. She just got back in town. She had her legal obligations to take care of or whatever. And she's basically feeling some type of way about Slim not being there or whatever, but there's nothing that she can do about it at this point in time. And they're basically just saying that they're ready to go to, Hawaii and have a good time. But like I said before, Rolly and Tinka, let me know in the comments whether or not you feel like they're in the right or in the wrong to feel some type of way. Now, this is how I feel. I feel like Rolly and Tinka both got what they were asking for. Because at the end of the day, Tommy was having a discussion with Akbar V. They were choosing not to fight. They did not choose violence. They chose to have a grown-up conversation. They both are grown. Tommy is a whole grandma. She is literally, big mama. Okay, so she was not trying to do the most. She was actually trying to have a great, humble conversation, a good kiki, a good back and forth, a good tea party with Akbar V and go about their business. They weren't going to fight. And then all of a sudden, Rolly want to enter her antennas, talking about some, no, I'm not good. Before Tommy came up to the scene, what did Rolly say? Rolly said, I ain't really got nothing to say to her because of X, Y, Z. But then when she comes there, all of a sudden you have a whole bunch of stuff to say to her. Inserting yourself, saying that her collagen in her lips or whatever the hell, or whatever the case may be. Instant karma for you, Rolly. I'm sorry. And then Tinkerbella, like, what? You said you were going to fight Akbar if they didn't do their thing or whatever the case may be. So why are you coming at Tommy? Talking about him, no, I don't feel no type, I'm not good. Y'all need to fight. And then Tommy said, I don't even know her, so it is what it is. And then you continue to press on. So both of y'all were pressing Tommy. Both of y'all was shaking the bear. Both of y'all was shaking the table. So at the end of the day, both of y'all got what y'all were asking for. Both of y'all. Nobody else was bothering Tommy. Nobody. Everybody was sitting down, minding their business, watching the back and forth match between them or whatever the case may be. Laughing at Natalie and Jayla having a gay old time, just laughing at her mannerisms and her answers towards Akbar or whatever the case may be. It was just a key for everybody else. Y'all made it y'all due diligence, made it y'all life's mission to come at this lady sideways as if she's not the queen of crashing out. She came with the pre-crash out already in the purse. Why are y'all surprised? She's done this already on the reunion with the little shaky shake. So it's one of those things where, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me. But honestly, they got what they were asking for. Okay, we're going to continue that on in a second. So basically from there, the ladies are checking out the new house. Respectfully, y'all, this is the best house that they have ever stayed in. That house looked good, okay? We talking about high ceilings. We talking about infinity pools. We talking about beautiful views. The views was viewsing, y'all. The views was definitely viewsing. I was 100% here for the views, okay? So, of course, all the ladies looking brand new. Lex got her hair out. She looks great with her natural hair. Ivory came back with the new confessional look with the little pinky pink or whatever the case may be. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Shoot, even Botch Barbie, what Biggie call her, came back with her new confessional look. All she did was swoop the little hair a little bit, but it don't change the fact that they all came back looking as brand new as they possibly could. They had their vacation looks going and the flowing. Jayla looked like she had just got her hair bleached, fresh out the old school lady with the shellacs. Okay, I was here for it. I was here for it. So, of course, they're having sit-down conversations, kind of sort of discussing everything that's going on. And per usual, Scotty is kind of sort of inserting herself in grown folks' business. It's just, it is what it is. And then from there is when Rolly and Tinka roll in, and they basically are saying they feel some type of way towards Natalie. Now, of course, Natalie, like she said, like we know, she had the receipts for it. She did text Rolly. Did she text Tink? I don't know. Tink didn't speak up, so I'm assuming she got her text message or whatever the case may be, but still felt some type of way of not getting anything a little more on the sincere side. Child, Tinkerbella, you came in with Meatball and you left without her. So who else you expect to be your real friend on here after you're not friends with your only real friend that was on there? I don't know what you expected out of Natalie. To me, I don't know. So, whatever. So from there, it's just a little back and forth. Of course, the same energy that Natalie had before, she's never going to have that same energy with Rolly in person. Never! So Natalie is just being Natalie or whatever the case may be. Scotty didn't get as much heat this episode because it's one of those things where apparently Scotty did text her. Now, my question once again, why is it okay for everyone to text Rolly, but Rolly feels some type of way about Natalie sending her a text message? Why is Natalie the only one getting called out in this circumstance? She said, oh, I got text messages from such and such, such and such, such and such. I didn't get nothing from you, Natalie. Yes, you did. Here's the timestamp. Oh, well, that don't matter. Why doesn't it matter? You said you never heard from her. You did hear from her. You just chose not to respond. You heard from her in a way that you did not want to be heard from. But then, you did not want the communication there. But at the same token, y'all, we are talking about Rolly. We are talking about the same Rolly that said that screams all the time. Remember when she screamed at Biggie when Biggie was saying that she expects more of Natalie as the CEO? She looked up to her, blase, blase. This is the same Rolly that looked at Biggie in the face and said that she can't take. It's that Natalie says serious, that Natalie is in charge of too many baddies, that Natalie can't be there for everybody or whatever the case may be. She got an empire to run. We ain't all friends, we all co-workers. Where is that energy? So it's only true for Biggie, but it's not true for you, Rolly? Like, I didn't understand that energy, which is exactly why I can't side with her. Because one thing about Rolly, she's gonna be a hypocrite. When it happens to her, it's a problem. But when it's happening to somebody else, she don't give a damn. Like, what? You gonna sit here and act like Biggie did not have the right to feel some type of way when that because Natalie is being Natalie and is putting business before friendships or whatever the hell, and that she's taking everything personally. Rolly was the first person to say, don't take it personal because we are all co-workers. None of us are really friends. And all of a sudden, you're expecting Natalie to be your real friend. Natalie has no friends, Rolly. Why don't you understand that they only getting along with your ass because when she wanted you fired, she couldn't get you fired. Okay, remember when the first time around when everybody was rolling around trying to get the petitions signed or whatever the case may be? Remember after Natalie got her butt swept by Rolly around that kitchen table? What was that, south or east? Like, it's one of those things where I don't understand where Rolly is coming from when it comes to this circumstance. Because it's pot meets kettle, it's pot meets kettle, it's pot meets kettle. Like, it really is. You sitting here she showed you that she messaged you. So it's not like she left you high and dry. She checked on you and you left her on red. you even forgot that text message existed. Maybe you skipped over it in the first place. One thing I hate is when people speak and they're loud and wrong. Like, you didn't message me. Yes, I did. Why don't see the message? I sent it at 11:06, whatever time she said. Oh, well, that don't matter. No, you was hooting and hollering saying that I did it. I showed you that I did. And now all of a sudden it don't matter? Girl, if you don't get the fuck, like, I was irritated by this whole conversation. Because it's one of those things where, like, let's not do that. Like, y'all are expecting Natalie to be the real deal Holyfield when that's not gonna ever be the case. Like, she don't really F with y'all like that. Y'all bring her money. She's no different than Jocelyn. Let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it, because at the end of the day, y'all make sure that there's money in her pocket. Y'all keep her legacy. Am I curling the wrong way? I think I'm curling the wrong way, y'all. I'm supposed to be going this way. Y'all make sure that her pockets are lined. Y'all make sure that Baddies is baddieing. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where I don't understand how she expects anything more of her when me from the outside in didn't expect anything less. I never expected anything more in that circumstance. And it's just one of those things where I don't understand how Rolly don't see it. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. I rarely say this, but I'm team Natalie when it comes to this. I sent you a text message. Y'all wasn't heard. Okay? We're not close enough for me to know what your PTSDs are, for me to know how much you feel some type of way or whatever the case may be. And respectfully, if that's the case, go to Zeus HR. Because when it comes to what happens in the scenes, I'm your coworker. Like you said, Rolly. You said we ain't all friends. So why are you expecting this girl to be your friend? Ain't that your friend? No, that's not your friend. Okay? Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. So then from there, Tinkerbella and Scotty kind of sort of have their moment or whatever the case may be. And they're kind of sort of hashing out the circumstance because Scotty felt some type of way and wanted to vent as far as the Rolly situation or whatever the case may be. And in the middle of all of that, of course, Summer, none other, wants to insert her 2 cents into a circumstance or kind of sort of like get the tea. Now, for one, I definitely understand because sometimes the ladies be kind of sort of bringing in circumstances that we don't know nothing about. And Summer is the only one to be like, hold on. What is happening here? Because sometimes us in the audience be, confused as hell or whatever the case may be. So I get it. But then at the same token, I feel like Summer's voice is just annoying at this point in time. And she be getting mixed up in everything. And it's one of those things where, like, she's being more nosy than genuine. And her presence in these circumstances are not helping the situation. So it's like, you're just here just to be here. So now Scotty is basically telling her to uninsert herself. And her and Scotty start going back and forth. So then Anna Mac comes in the situation. And Anna Mac is just telling her, like, yo, you need to vibe. So she's standing up for Scotty, which I thought was cutesy. Because y'all know these ladies have a history or whatever the case may be. So now basically Anna is just telling her the same thing Scotty is telling her. You need to mind your business. So they're going back and forth or whatever the case may be. And Anna's just like, yo, don't nobody want to hear your mouth. What's her name? Summer, none other. Mind your other business. Go on and sit down somewhere. This ain't got nothing to do with you. And then I guess it gets to a point in time where Summer is fed up because she clocked Scotty. I love me not Scotty. She clocked Anna. And Anna clocked Scotty. I love me some Scotty. But I don't think that was the right time for it because you could have did a one-on-one. All right? And then Anna, I feel like could have had control over the circumstance or whatever the case may be. But I feel like she didn't expect Summer to hear her or whatever. But once that wig came flying off, that was that. So then Summer, and you already know, Anna is going to get, not Anna, my beautiful Scotty with the body, they going to make sure that she does not get hurt in these fights because security was securitying, okay? So they was going back and forth with Scotty and Anna both back and forth versus Summer or whatever the case may be. Child, that clock that Summer hit Anna with was crazy. I will say that. But Anna did definitely make sure that she carried her own in the next round. I feel like in the first round, that first hit kind of sort of got her off guard, but she can't get her balance back and tried to go in there before Scotty with the body jumped in or whatever the case may be. Immediately, Summer started throwing shoes or whatever, and it turned into a whole ordeal. Child, the fight continues to the next episode. So next week, we go see Lex jump into the situation, because while Scotty and Summer are fighting, Anna tries to jump in, and you know how Lex feels about jumping. Now, let me know in the comments how you feel about that, because next week I will have some words for Lex. I love me some big Lex. It was so nice to see you at the auditions or whatever the case may be, but I just hate that she is so selective about who she want to stand up for or whatever the case may be, and it's like she's not all for one and one for all when it comes to human rights, I guess you could say. Because it's one of those things where was this energy? I said it in my live stream. Where was this energy when it came to, what you call it? My other lash. Y'all have lost the lash. She's shaking the table. Where was that energy when it came to, what you call it? Slim. Nobody gave a damn about Slim size. Like, Rolly fighting Slim is basically Slim fighting 3 people. So why did nobody care that they were in that situation? Like, nobody tried to jump in. Nobody tried to take the fade. You see how Bad Dolly keep taking Summer fades because Summer is too small, essentially. But it's one of those things where I don't know if y'all saw the difference between Anna's size and Summer's size. Anna, I ain't gonna hold you. She really is baby sized. Because Summer was huge compared to her. Summer literally had her, okay, by a little bit, okay? So it's still one of those things where, like, I don't know. I know for a fact I did not like, Anna M trying to jump in or whatever the case may be, but I think she did it out of obligation because Scotty did the same thing for her. So it's one of those things where I ride for my nigga dog. And one thing about Anna, she gonna ride for people that ride for her. So I can't get too mad at it. And then so that's kind of Summer's karma, because remember how she kept trying to sneak Slim or whatever the case may be. So it's one of those things where now you continuously inserting yourself in people's stuff. So now they're going to insert their fist to your head. Your fist to your head. Y'all, I really lost a lash. This don't make no sense. While I find this lash, y'all, I want to continue to talk about it because it's still one of those things where, to me, did it follow me? Yo, where's my lash? I ain't step on it. It's not here it is. It's stuck to my hair. Glue in my hair. But yeah, I feel like it's still one of those things where at the end of the day, Summer means no harm, but nobody wants to hear it from her. That's one aspect of it. 2, Scotty just wanted her to mind her business. That's another aspect of it. 3, Anna don't like her, so I'm not surprised that she kind of sort of came in to make sure that Scotty was good, because you inserted yourself into business that was Scotty's and then tried to convince Scotty that was Scotty not minding her business. No, Rolly brought her name up, therefore she stood up for herself. And now you telling her that it ain't got nothing to do with you? Summer, it has nothing to do with you. One thing about these newbies, they gonna enter themselves in business that ain't got nothing to do with them. The OGs are basically at war with one another. And we got the only newbie that is entered in themselves in OG business. Lex is sitting down and observing. Okay? All of the other newbies, Bad Dolly is sitting down, Pretty P is sitting down. Everybody is just sitting and minding their business. Summer is the only one inserting herself into the Slim situation, inserting herself into this situation. Oh, wow. If that was my friend, girl, last I checked, Summer and Bad Dolly, I don't think they're cool anymore. But I guess I'll know for sure by the time the reunion happens or whatever. Because it's one of those things where, like, y'all are not friends. By this point in time in filming, they've been together for, like, what? Maybe 3 weeks or whatever the case may be. Like, none of these girls are, like, really friends. Y'all getting to know one another, yes. Y'all are bonding, yes. Y'all are forming alliances, yes. Are y'all friends? No. Okay? And respectfully, y'all see how Rolly do her friends. So why would I want to be her friend? Okay? Y'all seen how she did E.T., who was her friend. Y'all seen how she did Slim, that she knew before E.T., and that was her friend. Am I in a position to have people like that as friends? Hell no. One thing about me, I give chances. But in certain circumstances, I forgive, but I'm not going to forget. Like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So anybody that falls out with Rolly from this point forward, I can't feel no type of way for it. Okay? Any person that Rolly puts their business out there, I can't feel no type of way for it either. Because it's one of those things where y'all know how she does. She does it every time. Y'all thought y'all business was safe or whatever the case may be. Remember, wasn't it Rolly that outed Natalie's situation shipped with outside of her marriage with what's that fine man named Jacob? Didn't we get that tea from Rolly? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We legit got that tea from Rolly. The girls that know, no. So it's one of those things where it's like, that girl is not child. Scotty, she know all the tea about you. She the one that kept spilling, talking about something. We know why you keep coming to the show. Blah, 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 blah. You know what she's kind of sort of edging towards as far as Scotty's presence on the show, whatever the case may be. So it's one of those things where, like, can we really be surprised? Let me know in the comments how y'all felt about this episode. Nonetheless, let me know. On the scale of 1 to 10, I definitely give this episode a 10. I'm not going to hold you. Definitely some new discoveries. They didn't do a lot of those, like, flashbacks that I expected them to do. Traumatization all episodes. It was more so them talking about what happened with the Tommy situation, but with new feelings and new updates and things of that nature. And I appreciated that. So big shout out to them. This episode was a 10 out of 10. What? I'm here for it. Also, the most valuable baddie of the episode, respectfully, Tommy wasn't even on the episode. It was still Tommy. Because Tommy, this was the scheme that Tommy set up, okay, as far as the episode goes. It definitely was. It definitely was. It definitely was. And then second place, I'll give it to Natalie. Because Natalie, one thing she gonna do is say something in her confessionals and have a whole different energy. My lip gloss. And have a whole different energy to your face. Okay? Because she was popping ish. And then when Rolly was in her face, she was just like, well, Rolly, I did text you. In the confessional, she was like, girl, you can feel how you feel. I was laughing. It was funny. Child, Natalie is funny. But let me know in the comments how you felt. Y'all, we did a quick look. It's showtime, but I appreciate y'all for being here with me. Y'all, please do me a favor. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on and tell a friend that PYT is in the building. I appreciate y'all so much for being here with me. I hope y'all like the glam. Let me know in the comments how you felt about the episode, most valuable baddies, and scale of 1 to 10. Give me your comments, of course. And until next time, thank y'all for watching PYT TV. Respectfully.
And I'll take it there.